this is never an easy thing to do. This is something I never thought I would have to do. But I was wrong, which is strange for me. This is a new feeling because I, of course, have never been wrong ever before. But there's a first time for everything, I guess. But I was wrong about date windows. So if you've been following my channel for a while now, you will know I've never been a big fan of having a date window on my watch. I thought it ruined the balance and symmetry, and I'd say I'm a bit of a watch purist. Divers, who needs a date diving? I would take the Rolex Submariner over the Rolex Submariner date 10 times out of 10. Well, technically I chose the Black Bay 58 and the Black Bay 54, but once again, no date. Everyday watch, easy, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, not the date just. Chronograph, Daytona, of course, again, no date. God, I need to calm down on the Rolex. This is why people are mean to me in the comment section. And I'm beginning to think they're right. But what I'm trying to say is I've always preferred a no-date watch. In fact, I have never owned a watch with a date window until quite recently. And for me, it was still like, who really needs to know the date all that much? Well, after wearing a watch with a date for a while now, as it turns out, the date is really handy, and I completely see why people love this complication so much. And I was wrong. Here's all the reasons why date windows rock and why I was wrong. So this is the first watch I ever owned that displays the date, the TAG Heuer Formula 1, and this specific model is from 1996. It always comes back to the TAG Heuer Formula 1 on this channel. I know I talk about this watch too much, and I can feel myself talking about it too much, but I can't help myself. This watch very quickly became my daily wear, and I became obsessed with it. For me, the F1 is the perfect blend of nostalgia, low stakes, and easy to wear. It's quartz, so you can set it and forget it. It's always going to be telling the right time because it's quartz, and the date is pretty easy too. It doesn't run out of power reserve, so I don't need to reset the date all the time. The only time I need to think about it is if it's a 30-day month rather than a 31. I was very upset to find out my 500-pound watch wasn't a perpetual calendar. But even when it is time to change the date, it is quick set, boom, nice, easy. Now here's the interesting thing of me and my weird little love affair with the TAG Heuer Formula 1. It goes against all of my former rules of watches. This is a diver with a date. It is an unnecessary complication for this genre of watch, and I'm usually a purist. I don't know why I care about purity of dive watches so much as someone who's never been diving in my life and will never become a diver, but apparently this is something I care about. The TAG Heuer F1 in general is just a ridiculous watch. Why did TAG Heuer make a dive watch for Formula 1? A notoriously land sport. The bezel is plastic, the movement is quartz. This watch is just cheap and kind of tacky and silly, and I love it. If the TAG F1 was a city, it would be Las Vegas. Kinda tacky, but awesome all at the same time. But the thing I was most surprised by is how much I was using the date. It's not for anything cool. Just as I'm grocery shopping, I am checking the expiry dates and thinking, what day is it now? And then checking my wrist. Or when I'm booking in dates to see friends, which is something I absolutely do with all of the friends I absolutely totally have. But it's handy having the date already there on my wrist. I didn't realize how much I checked the date and needed the date until I had it strapped to my wrist, because then when I was without it, I noticed it and I missed it. Although it was maybe only once or twice a day, I still missed having that information to hand. So I now have 3 watches with a date window: my TAG F1, my NOMOS Tangente Schlossgrün, and my mystery push present watch that I'm keeping a secret because sometimes it's nice to have things that are a secret. So yeah, I am reformed, baby! I still have some problems with them. I think a poorly done date window throws off the balance of a watch dial, or when the color of the date wheel against the dial isn't well considered. It doesn't necessarily have to be matching, but it does have to be considered. Although I am growing, I still can't be okay with 4:30 date windows. I don't like them. They don't look right to me. I'm sorry, fabulous subscriber, Don H. This is our big and only disagreement, but still, long live the cult. Now, just for fun, let's make a list of all my favorite watches with dates. 1, the Omega Seamaster Diver 300, matching date wheel, 6 o'clock placement, 10 out of 10. The Tudor Black Bay Pro, placed at 3 o'clock, although not color matched, blends in nicely with the indices. The Tudor Black Bay Chrono, I feel like you could almost miss the date on this because it is so well done. The Patek Philippe Nautilus, but not the 5711 or the 5811. In fact, those date wheels are a nightmare in my opinion. But the 7118 Ladies Nautilus, date neatly tucked away at 6 p.m. Ooh, what about a pointer date? The Vacheron Constantin Historiques 1942 Triple Calendar might be my favorite. Discontinued this year, but still fabulous and well priced when going secondary. For matching color wheels, the NOMOS Tangente colors they released at Watches and Wonders this year. They were so intentional with their colors and they are amazing. Okay, my last two are in contention and cause division. So the Glashütte Original Pano Reserve and the Allonge und Sonne Large Date. I think the Allonge und Sonne is so distinctly them. However, the separate date displays are quite often on different planes, causing them to look a bit messy. On top of that, when the date isn't a double digit, it just looks bad. Actually, let's just take ALS off this list. I'm sorry, Longa fanboys. I'm going to hear about this in the comments, but I cannot sign off on these date windows. But the Glashütte Original does the date right. Always on the same plane. Always looks good. 10 out of 10. I'll be hearing about this in the comments down below. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Let's fight, Longa fanboys. Anyways, I was wrong about date windows. They are useful and a wonderful addition to a timepiece. Do you guys like having the date on your watch? Do you set the date? Do you use the date complication all that much? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to see you guys down there. As always, thank you for your viewership. This was just a fun little quick, silly video from me. And now let's thank the fabulous, gorgeous, wonderful Pope tier patrons. Although I was wrong about date windows, I am not wrong about patrons. Oh, I've got a sneeze. It's kind of stuck. It might come out. Okay, whatever. Pope tier patrons, the name on the screen. These people, they are perfect. All tier patrons are wonderful, amazing. They've never done anything wrong in their lives ever. But the biggest special shout out to the names on the screen, the Pope tier patrons. Thank you, old Pope tier, not old in age, old in time that you've been a Gringa Pope tier patron. Thank you to the older Pope tier patrons. Thank you to the new ones. And I hope you guys keep enjoying my weird little channel. I love making videos. I love talking about watches. And I love doing it with you guys. So, thank you. Okay. Bye.